Okay, kids, here we go. First power on. Well, there's a good sign. Okay, I'm going to take you through what I do. I'll turn this down first of all. First thing I do, I go into the menu. Then I go into the standard menu. I turn LSB USB on auto select. I usually turn AM mode off for whoever owns it later wants to change that. That's okay with me. I put the DSP on medium. Make sure your audio or receive codec is auto. Make sure your translate is -12. I like to turn on my temperature indicator. You can see it popped up there. Okay, that's all I do right now in that menu. Next, I'll go in the config menu. Scroll down, I set my maximum volume to 30, and then I like to press and hold the exit button to store that stuff periodically in case you hit. If you bump that button sometime, the connector, you can knock the power off. Okay, I like to turn the key volume up, and then I like the frequency to 750 because that's where I like my CW tone. You can change that to anything you want. I like the band plus minus buttons swapped. Just something I've learned to do. We'll calibrate the frequency in a bit. I put the receive autocorrect to on. Okay, that's all I do in that menu at this time. Save it. Next, we're going to go in the display menu. I turn on my step marker. I like to know where my marker is. See, it goes on and off there. I like it on. Spectrum size, I like big. You may not. That's just what I do when I set a radio up. Scope speed, turn that to about 5. The light's on. Scope light is off. Scope grid color is, I like blue. Let's go back. Trace, okay. Scope trace color, I put it to cyan. Just pleases me. I'm thinking that's all I do right now. Just checking this. You put the display, change your font for your numbers. Save it. Now I go into the CW mode menu. Things that I change, I put a little delay on that, 10, 20, 30 milliseconds. CW frequency offset, I put that to shift, and I put that to LSB. You can turn your decoder enable on or off, just put it on. Pretty sure that's all I do in that display right now. And I'll save it. Now I go to my filter menu, SSB filter. Let me put a knob on here just for fun. I like to put one out there pretty wide. Well, I forgot to change that. And I just start bringing them down little bit at a time. Narrow your filters. You can put these anywhere you want. This is just what I do when I initially set up a radio. It shows you how to do it. I get under CW filters. 750 is a tone I like. You may not. Okay, and that's the only ones I do. When I save that, excuse me, you can use these previous and next buttons if you want to jump up faster. Okay, now in the touchscreen menu, you can pick up, I'm going to put this on digital, my mic select on digital right now while I'm going to set my bias. And I got the spectrum set to dual ×1, which will be just fine for now. Save it. Exit. Now we've got our scope. The waterfall's disabled. Let's go back in the display. That's what that spectrum light setting was. I forgot to mention that. Right there, spectrum light off. Turn that on, exit. Oh, okay. I apologize. I was wrong. I don't like that being off. Some do, some don't. Looking for the setting that turns on the waterfall. Okay, waterfall speed. There it is. Save it. Sorry I was so long to look at that. I don't usually mess with that. Now we have our waterfall and our scope. So that's the end of this video. We'll come on to calibration next.